Good to have you along. He has spent more than 5 decades in the music industry with groups like the Trendales, and now Charlie Shuck is talking all about his career and his new book, It's Only Rock and Roll and a Little Bit of Soul. Joining us today to tell us more about it. It's good to see you. Thanks.
Good to see you, Bill.
You finally decided to write all this down. You started in the music business when you were 14 years old, right?
That's exactly right.
And tell us the story, how you got started in music.
Well, I sang in the Episcopal choir as a young man, learned how to sing harmony. With a friend, attended a sock hop, that's what they called them back in those days, somewhere in the very early 60s. And long story short, there was a group called the Sultans playing. These guys were up on stage. They had the continental suits and the hair combed back and looking cool and sounding cool. And the chicks were digging them, and they're making money.
Oh, so you wanted to be in on that.
I said, you know, I think I'm going to get some of this. So that's how it all started, really.
55 years and counting in the music industry, and you have really played some venues that people in Lexington may not be aware of. I mean, you all traveled the country.
We really did, and all of this is in the book. We played Caesar's Palace back in the 80s. We were offered the house gig that night, which was an incredible, flattering thing. And then after that, we played the Las Vegas Hilton 3 times. The last gig there was for the premiere party of this fabulous play called Elvis. Priscilla Presley was there, Colonel Tom Parker, Robert Goulet, and then a lot of people don't realize this, Bill, but we've played every single Kentucky governor's inauguration dating back to John Y. Brown, with the exception of Ernie Fletcher and our current governor, which I'm proud of.
Well, that really is quite an honor, and all over Lexington and central Kentucky through the years.
27 years, consecutive years at the Bash. That's kind of an amazing run, too.
Ralph Hacker convinced you to write this book, huh?
He did. My good friend Ralph Hacker, he's a prince of a guy.
And Charlie Shuck, this book is available at various locations. Right?
Absolutely. It'll be available on Amazon the first of the week. It'll also be available at Joseph Beth.
All right. Lots of interesting stories in there.
Amen, brother.
Thanks for coming by.
My pleasure.